Welcome to LiveDaf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem and welcome back to today's Daf Hayemi Menachos Samach Beis. We begin right on top. Ketzad Oisa, back to our discussion regarding tenufa. How does one go about doing the mitzvah of tenufa, of waving the korban material back and forth, up and down? How does this happen? So here we're speaking specifically about the korban shlamim, a privately offered korban shlamim, where they are meinif. They do tenufa on the imurin. Imurin refers to the fats, which are meant for the mizbeach, and also the chazav v'shoik, which is actually going to be given to the kohen. Chazav is the chest area, the shoik is the hind leg. It's a joint tenufa, comprised of both particles. So how do we go about doing that? Ketzad oisa, maniach imurin al pisas hayad. First, the imurin goes onto his palm, directly on his hand. On top of that comes the chazav v'shoik aleihen. And that's how they do the tenufa. The Gemara continues. The Brisa continues. So wherever we have bread involved in the tenufa, we'll see in a minute where that is. The bread actually is perched on top of the other materials during the tenufa experience. Hecha, what is that? Back in the Midbar, when they did the Meluim celebrations. So we have a pasuk where it describes the breads being placed on the chalev, on the shoik. Clearly, the bread is meant to be on top. Now, back to the regular shlamim, discussed a minute ago, we say that the fats are meant to be sitting on the chazav v'shoik. My time, how do you know that to be so? Is it based on the pasuk? Sorry, how do we know that just the opposite, the chazav v'shoik sits on the emurin, on the fats? Is it because of the pasuk which says sheika truma v'chaziyat tenufa sits on top of the isha chalavim? Yaviu lahanif tenufa. That's how you do the tenufa. But we have another pasuk which actually switches them around, upside down. We have es achelev on top of the chaza. Allah chazi v'yenu. So which way is it? Abaye. Certainly, during the tenufa itself, it's the chazav v'shoik on top of the chalev. But the pasuk that you just mentioned, which indicates otherwise, that's describing when the kohen is bringing it from where they chop up the animal. That's how he delivers it to the Varamilei, and he hands it over to the kohen. As he does so, he flips it over. So he's bringing it chalev on top of the chaza. Okay, that's how he delivers it to the kohen who's going to do it to tenufa. And then as he's giving it to him, he flips it over and hands it to him like that. So now we have the arrangement flipped upside down. We have the chazav v'shoik on top of the chalev during the actual tenufa. And the question is, Raksiv, another pasuk, which says vayasimu sachalav malachazais, then actually they put the chalev on top of the chaza. So it's again the other way around. The answer is that's yet a third step in the process. That pasuk is describing the Yovli l'kohen achrina, how the kohen who did the tenufa now hands it over to the next kohen number 3, and as he's doing it, he flips it upside down. V'az l'maktu, and he goes in order to go to burn it on the mizbeach. So we start with chalev on top of chaza. It's flipped over to the kohen who's doing the tenufa, then flipped again to the kohen who's delivering to the mizbeach. And what's the message inherent in these 3 psukim? The point of the pasuk is to highlight. The only way this can happen is by having 3 kohanim involved, as we explained. Flip. So the point of the pasuk is to tell you to get so many kohanim involved. You're meant to have 3 kohanim involved. One to deliver initially, one to do the tenufa, one to do the final delivery in the fulfillment of the pasuk from the chsiv. We have a pasuk in Mishlei, B'roi v'am hadras melach. It enhances the experience. It adds honor. It adds value by having numerous kohanim visibly involved in this process as a kavod for Hashem. Continues the Gemara. Another example of tenufa are the two breads on Shavuos, which are waved together with the two sheep. How do we put them together? Is it the breads over the sheep, or the opposite, or in between? So the pasuk is referring to the two breads, which are going to experience the tenufa with the two sheep, right? So perhaps it's oisam al gabi, right? It's the sheep over the lechem. Tamalema, no. Al shnei kvasim, the pasuk which says that it's in the same pasuk actually. Al shnei kvasim, that it's the breads on the kvasim, which sounds like it's the other way around. Al shnei kvasim. Well, if only for that expression, yachol, perhaps it means lechem al gabi kvasim. Tamalema al lechem abikurim. Back to the beginning of the pasuk. So which way is it? Is it the breads over the sheep, or the sheep sitting on the breads? The shtakal. It sort of equalizes, lashon of like shakel. It's balanced. We're not sure which way to go. Shtakal hakosef. The two indicators in the pasuk seem to sort of confront each other, and we're not sure which way. I'm not sure which way to go. Im lechem al gabi kvasim. Is it the bread on the kvasim, or the opposite? Vim kvasim al gabi lechem. The answer is, let's take a look at another precedent, the miluim discussed earlier, where the bread sits on the other items. Just as we find b'chal mokim. In another situation where we have a similar configuration, it's lechem lamala, bread on top, avkan here as well. We can safely assume, in fact, it's lechem lamala. Hecha, where's the point of reference? On our papa miluim, we have the bread on top. So according to this conclusion, it's the bread sitting on the sheep during the tenufa. Rabbi Yesi ben Amishulm Omer, he disagrees, however. He says kvasim lamala. No, it's the kvasim over the breads, as per the beginning of the pasuk, which says oisam al lechem. What about the second part of the pasuk? Mani mekayim al shnei kvasim. What about the second part? The bread's on the two kvasim, which sounds like it's the bread's over the. No, that's not a description of sort of the physical arrangement. The point of the pasuk is simply to highlight al shnei kvasim. On Shavuos they bring the two sheep, the shlamims, that are actually accompaniments for the bread. Then there are other sheep as well. There are 7 actually that are carbon oila. So that's not part of this tenufa equation. That's the point of the pasuk, to highlight to exclude the 7 from the arrangement. That's why it stresses al shnei kvasim, but unrelated to physical arrangement. Really, it's the kvasim over the lechem. Third shita is somewhere in between, a compromise. So you take the sheep while they're alive, and you insert the breads into their folded legs. And you do the tenufa. This is in full fulfillment of both psukim, because since the breads are sandwiched into the sheep, part of the leg over it, part of the leg beneath it, so you have the sheep over the breads and the breads over the sheep, right? Lechem al gabi kvasim. So you have the lechem sitting on the lower portion of that leg beneath it, kvasim al gabi lechem, and you have the upper portion of that leg sitting on the breads. Amar Rabbi disagrees very strongly. He says that's not a proper approach. Lifnei melech basar v'dam ein oisin kain. This sandwiching breads into live animals. We wouldn't even do that in front of a human king. Lifnei melech malcham lachem oisin kain. Hakadosh Baruch Hu oisin kain. Would you offer this type of material to Hashem? Ella, rather, his shita is maniach zeh b'tzad zeh umeiniv. Side by side. Okay, so even though it says al, and that's the next question of the Gemara, it means side by side. So not the bread on the sheep, not the sheep on the bread. They're sort of side by side during the tenufa. What about the pasuk which says al, directly on? Some say it was Rav Chisda. Let me explain to you. This is Rebbe's shita, his known shita. Rebbe follows his opinion. Damar who says al, the word al can sometimes mean besamach, nearby. The sign as we find by the lechem apanim, where it says al, it means next to it, nearby. So you place on the bread arrangement the levina, right? The levina zaka. That's the pasuk. Rabbi Omer, he says, Well, here, al doesn't mean sitting on the breads. No break, it's not on the breads. Al b'samach, you put it nearby. On the shulchan, but right next to the breads. Okay, you're claiming that al means nearby. Maybe al means literally on top. Let me show you a different pasuk with the word al, which means nearby. When we have the pasuk, so you shield, you cover the Aron, the Holy Ark, and the Kodesh HaKadoshim with a pareches, which we know wasn't sitting on the Aron, it was vertically situated. Next to the Aron was a curtain, right? Right? So clearly, you have another indicator that al means besamach here as well. Al doesn't mean that it's sitting on the bread, it means nearby. So we have several shittas regarding the tenufa arrangement between the lechem aponim and the asari, the shtei lechem, the shtei kvasim. According to one opinion, it's the breads on top. According to Rabbi Yisrael Mishulam, it's the kvasim on top. Chanid Bar Chachinai learns it's in between, and Rabbi says nearby. Okay, so how do we go about doing the tenufa? What exactly does it entail? Meilechu, maybe malo meirit. So you wave it back and forth, up and down. Amar Rabbi Bar Abba Rabbi Yechanan. What's the symbolism here? What's the message? Maybe the point of waving it back and forth in all directions, to attribute all the ruchais, the winds, the weather patterns, the oxygen, the air. It's all sourced in Hashem. Hashem is the life of all ruchais. The point of up and down is a declaration of Hashem's sovereignty over the Shemayim Ba'aretz, the Misha Shemayim Ba'aretz Shalai, to the one who creates the heaven and the earth. So the point of Tenufa is an acknowledgement, a submission to Hashem's all-powerfulness. To show that a slightly different version of this message, the point of going back and forth is in order to inhibit negative, dangerous weather patterns, air systems. The point of going up and down is to protect ourselves from harmful dew, which Rashi says comes from Malamala Lamata, comes from upstairs. You see the power of just an act of tenufa. We learn from here the power of shiori mitzvah, of secondary elements of a mitzvah. This is not really critical to the fulfillment of the carbon. If you miss it, you're still yaitze. You see how crucial, how important, how powerful, how effective even a secondary element of a mitzvah is. It can protect us from harm, from evil, from danger. Shiori mitzvah ma'akvin, they protect and withhold us upon misfortune. How do we know that? Tenufa. Look at the act of tenufa. Shiori mitzvah, it's called shiori mitzvah. Rashi explains, you know why? It's not the ikar mitzvah, it's not ma'akav kapara. If you miss it, it doesn't withhold the carbon. Shiori mitzvah, and still look at the power of Eitzeres Ruchais Rois, Lalim Roim, it protects us from all kinds of harmful weather-associated elements. Lalim Roim. Amar Rabba b'chein lulav. That's exactly what we do with the lulav as well, right? As we just had in the past Yom Tov. We take the Arba Minim, we wave it all directions, up, down, sideways, right? To bring about bracha, blessing from Hashem. Rav Acha bar Yaakov mamti le'yu ma'isile, umach v'hachi. His custom was, regarding the lulav, he would wave it back and forth, and he would also sort of point it away towards his adversary, so to speak, against the Yetzer Hara. Umach, he'd point like this, achi, against the Yetzer Hara. He would declare gira, like an arrow bein the sitna, the eyes of the Satan. Look, this is going to vanquish the Satan. So he sort of challenged the Yetzer Hara. V'la milsi, he says it's not really advisable to do so. Mishum da'asik l'skaruya. To antagonize the Yetzer Hara, there's a concept of antagonizing him and triggering chas v'shalom some sort of backlash. You don't want to get involved in that. So you're not meant to do it in such a direct, confrontational way. Okay, so we have the tenufa regarding the kivsi atzeres, or the breads, discussed earlier. Now we know there's another tenufa that takes place after the kvasamar shechter. Zivche shalmei tzibur, so the zvachim of the shlamei tzibur, which is the kivsi atzeres. To una tenufa, it requires tenufa after shchita as well, achar shchita. Utnafasan k'moy shehin. And the question is, what do? We cut it up first? We just do tenufa as is, as a whole animal? Yeah, k'moy shehin, the way it is. No, you don't do the whole animal after shechita. You just take out the chazav v'shaik, which are really regular, routine tenufa materials, as we explained way back, right? That is done even on a regular shlamim, a private shlamim. So likewise, by a public shlamim, we do tenufa in a similar fashion to a private shlamim. You don't do the full animal as you do during its lifetime. You see, during its lifetime, you do a full tenufa on the full animal. But the tenufa which takes place after shechita, the question is it just another version of the live tenufa, so it's a full animal, or does it resemble a routine tenufa, which is present by a regular private shlamim, which only involves the chazav v'shaik portion? So that's the machlekes. Rebbe says it's similar to its own live tenufa, complete animal as one. Chacham say it's similar to the regular routine private tenufa, chazav v'shaik only. But Ma'akim Miflgi, now the Gemara will present no less than three explanations in this machlekes. Between Rebbe, who says it's a complete animal tenufa, and Chacham say just chazav v'shaik. Amalei Rav Chizda, Rav Hamnuna, Amalei some say Rav Hamnuna of Chizda. The crux of the debate really pertains to a universal question of derivations. When you derive A from B, do you derive everything? Do you import everything that B has to offer? Or do you say, look, I only need you for what I need you, so whatever element I import, but otherwise, regarding the general context of the setting of the halacha, I'll just go back home and apply my system, right? Right? So you get the idea. So Rebbe would say, yeah, I apply my own system, which is a complete animal tenufa. And Chacham say, no, once you're importing from the regular shlamim and you're learning from there, you have to import it as a complete package, which means only the chazav v'shaik, as is routine, right? B'doin mina, when you learn A from B, doin mina, you learn from there. Umina, do you import the whole package completely? Or b'doin mina, or when you learn A from B, vuki b'asra, you learn from there whatever you need to learn, but then you bring it back home and reinsert it into the local landscape. Kamifli, that's the machlekes. Okay, how does this manifest? Rabbanan say, doin mina umina. We learn that a kipsi atzeres needs a post shchita tenufa from where? From the regular shlamim that a person brings. So you have to import the full package. It's all its trimmings. Just like a regular shlamim needs a tenufa post shchita, same thing here, right? And further, you import further. Just like over there, it's b'chazav v'shaik. The tenufa is limited to the chazav v'shaik, not the full animal. Chazav v'shaik. Likewise, over here, it's just the chazav v'shaik. Rabbi Savar, Rabbi disagrees. Sure, I'll learn what I need, but otherwise, I'll bring it back home and apply my personal standards. I learn from there, but I bring it back home. Sure, we learn from Maziv l'sham tenufa l'achashchita, just like a regular shlam needs tenufa after shchita. Same here. Fine. But now I bring it back home, and I reapply my own principles, my own system. By a private shlamim, it's limited to the chazav v'shaik, but here by the shalmei tzibur, you don't find a limited tenufa. It's a full animal. K'moy shein, a full animal. K'moy shein b'chaim, similar to the tenufa that takes place during its lifetime. Rav Papa disagrees. He says the kuli alma doy mino. All agree that when you learn A from B, it's a complete learning, complete importing. No, by the time of the Rebbe, so why does Rebbe hold that you change the configuration of the tenufa from the regular zivchei shalom yachid, which is just chazav v'shaik given to the kohen, and you're switching that? You're requiring a full animal tenufa. He says, well, just the opposite. Kihasam, we actually compare one to the other, because in another realm, another sort of perspective, they are very similar. Just like by the Shalmei Yachid, you do the tenufa the chazav v'shaik because that is something given to the kohen. Same exact principle will apply over here. You do the tenufa on the item that's given to the kohen. It so happens that over here you give the full animal to the kohen, so the tenufa applies to the full animal. So it's right on. Rabbi Nama comes the third pshat. All agree that when you learn from elsewhere, you learn what you need. It's a limited import, but the rest is applied back to the local scene. So that explains Rebbe. It's a full tenufa, just as the priya shchita tenufa. But the Rabbanan disagree about time. The Rabbanan, what's the Rabbanan hold about that? Because if you look at the pasuk, by a regular shlamim where it talks about tenufa, it adds a word. Mizivche shal meihem. It's plural, lashon rabim, ribuyu. It's coming to add that a tenufa, a regular routine tenufa, is applicable to a zivche shal mitzibur on Shavuos. Hence, although the pre-shchita tenufa is a full animal, post-shchita is just limited to chazav v'shoik, like by a regular shlamim. Now, Reb Shimon sort of encapsulates an interesting sort of equation. He says, Reb Shimon Aimer, shloisha min and tuna sholish mitzvahs. Take a look at 3 karbanis, 3 types of karbanis. Zivche shal meyachid, zivche shal mitzibur, asham mitzvah, and you'll find an interesting phenomenon. Each one has 2 of 3 elements. Not all the same, but of the following 3 elements, each one of the 3 karbanis has 2 of 3. 2 are found in each one of these karbanis, but not the 3rd. Now, what are the 3 karbanis? Ve'luhain, zivche shal meyachid, v'zivche shal mitzibur, v'asham mitzvah. Now you can explain. The 3 procedures that we're talking about is tenufa during its lifetime, tenufa post-shchita, and smicha. So let's see one by one. Zivche shal meyachid, a private shlamim, tuna and smicha chaim, tenufa shchutin. It needs smicha during its lifetime. The owner leans on it, misvada, and tenufa post-shchita. But not the 3rd element. Ve'en ben tenufa chaim, there's no pre-shchita tenufa. Next, zivche shal mitzibur, that needs tuna and tenufa chaim, v'shchutin. Pre-shchita tenufa and post-shchita tenufa. But there's no smicha, which typically does not apply to a public carbon. And finally, asham mitzvah, the asham that mitzvah brings, ta'an smicha utnufa chai, it requires smicha and a pre-shchita tenufa, but not a post-shchita tenufa. Okay. So as the Gemara used to say, perhaps we can apply all 3 procedures to all 3 karbanis by way of a kavachomer, even though we don't have the psukim, but we have a kavachomer. Because if these apply, then the 3rd applies. Let's see. You tell me that a private shlam does not need pre-shchita tenufa. It should, based on kavachomer. Look, a public shlamim she'en tuna smicha does not need smicha chaim while it's alive. Right, that's not applicable. Still, it needs live tenufa, tuna tenufa chaim. Certainly, zivcha shal meyachid, a private shlamim should tuna smicha chaim, which needs live smicha. Wouldn't you agree? Ein adin should tuna tenufa chaim needs live tenufa. No, Meit Rachmana, we have a special pasuk. When Torah excludes it, by the public shlamim, it says, Oyisam, you do tenufa oyisam. So the live tenufa is limited to oyisam, to this one. Lemut is as opposed to a private shlam. Okay, so that's checked off. Next, you tell me smicha doesn't apply to public shlamim. Why? It should apply based on kavachomer. Now we reverse course. We start from a private shlamim as the base for the kavachomer. A private shlamim does not need live tenufa. Tuna smicha needs smicha. A public shlamim which needs live tenufa. In adin, wouldn't you agree? Tuna smicha needs smicha. The answer is we have a rule. That is not so. Maravina to Gemiru, we have an accepted halacha. There are only 2 instances of smicha by public carbon. That's by the Parhalam Davashal Tzibur, by the Sarah Mashtalech and Yom Kippur, that's it. So we can't add smicha to another public carbon. And finally, what about the Asham Mitzvah? We say there's no post shchita tenufa. Why not? V'hi Asham Mitzvah ton tenufa shachat. A post shchita tenufa should apply to Asham Mitzvah based on kavachomer. Look, a private shlamim she'ein tenufa chaim does not need live tenufa. Tenufa shchuta needs a post shchita tenufa. Certainly the asham mitzvah shetan tenufa chaim, which needs a live tenufa, as the pasuk tells us. Ein adin, certainly she ton tenufa shachat should need a post shchita tenufa. Beit Rachman, the answer is we have a pasuk which excludes him. By the private shlamim it says you do tenufa oyisai, only this one. Oyisai is coming to exclude lemute asham mitzvah, which does not need post shchita tenufa. Okay, one more halacha regarding tenufa and rabbanon. Chamisha shaviu carbon echad. You have a partnership. Okay, 5 fellows contributed to a carbon shlam. Who does the tenufa? Echad meinef alidei kulam. You don't have them all doing the tenufa. It's going to be a chatzitza. It's going to get in the way. So one does it on behalf of the whole group of owners. Furthermore, by Isha, a woman who brings a carbon, as we learned the other day, she doesn't personally do the tenufa. Who does it on her behalf? The kayin menif al yada. And likewise, v'chein hashechet karbonis m'dinasei. A person sends his carbon from out of town. He's not around to do the tenufa. Not to worry, kayin will do the job for menif al yada. Interesting that tenufa can be done by way of a shliach. Okay, that concludes today's daf. Let's do a quick chazara. We spoke about the configuration regarding tenufa. Typically, it's the chazav v'shoik on top of the chelev. That's by the private shlamim. There are 3 kahanim involved which keep on flipping the configuration because of berev hamad ras melech, but the actual tenufa is done that way. Regarding the shtei alechem, the shtei akvasim, we have 4 shitas in terms of configuration. We learned about the significance and the impact of the act of tenufa, which is on the same track as the waving of the lulav to protect us from misfortune and bring about bracha b'ed Hashem. And we discussed the specifics of the tenufa of the zivchei shal mitzvah, pre-shchita and post-shchita, explained the machlokes in 3 different ways, and Reb Shimon's formula regarding these 3 karbanis and the procedures applicable therein, and we discussed that at times tenufa is done by way of a shliach. All the best to you and atzlachah.